It's time for the Steve and Kyle podcast with Steve.
The official, we got some fanfare or something? Press one of them buttons over there.
Hold on, let's see.
Coming up on June
3rd,
a live show in New Jersey.
Time to see how wrong everyone else is.
It's the only button we have.
We can't do anything right.
And Kyle.
600 seats probably in the mezzanine, and there's one lone ticket available kind of towards the back off to the side. I would pay money for that fathead to sit in that seat.
Kyle's fathead really needs to be in the orchestra.
Live on tape from APS 3 point whatever, it's the Steve and Kyle podcast.
4.0. We're out of the 3 points, Melissa.
That's right.
We're not coughing up the cash to get a new voiceover recorded, though.
I spent, actually, funny you mentioned that, more than 2 minutes, less than 10, this week looking to get a hold of Melissa Vaughn on social media. Mm-hmm. But that name is just common enough.
Yeah.
And I did not even, again, less than 10 minutes total. Did not go
say,
back into the Fiverr account
yeah,
to figure out how she spells the last name. If it's, there's two options in my book for Vaughn, right? V-A-U-G-H-N,
yeah,
or V-A-U-G-H-A-N.
Yeah.
I didn't even take that time to learn because I still want to get, I still want to shoot her a message and ask if she'll talk to us because I have general questions about that
voiceover biz?
that career as a whole.
Okay. I have questions about her being British.
You listen, on Fiverr too. You know she's gotten many more than one request asking her to say really creepy stuff. Like, hey, can you recite this paper about how much you hate me and how disgusting I am? Yeah. That's how I get my rocks off type of thing. And I just think that's fascinating.
And then we set it up by asking her that and be like, those people are such pigs. And then we have her say, hey, by the way, can you say this?
Yeah. Just have her say the number 4. And our problems are solved. Can we trick her?
Yeah.
Like, what's your favorite number between 3 and 5, Melissa?
So we just need her to say 4. We can splice in the 0.0.
Yeah.
Well, heck, we don't even need to get her to say the number. We can just have her say the number 4 could be used in various different ways.
I received a Facebook memory thing the other day that it was about 10 years ago that I began dating my now wife.
Wow, 10 years.
Yeah. And you're at, from start, we just talked about this too. 6 years?
No,
for
8
you?
years.
8 years. I apologize.
We met.
I cut you short.
We met March 14th of 2014.
Right.
So we just passed the 8-year mark where we met. And then within the last week, it was when we started dating. But the other day, neither of us could remember. Like, I don't know. What day did we start dating?
Right.
It was April 3rd, 4th, 5th, maybe.
Right.
I don't know.
And that stuff becomes so trivial, too. Once you do get married or even engaged.
Yeah, once you're grown up.
Yeah. A lot of people, though, say, until you hit 10 years, it doesn't really count.
10 years knowing
together.
each other.
Yeah, so you got a little ways to go. Make sure you grind it out. But there's probably some things you don't know. Okay. Do you think there's a chance? And listen, I'm taking a shot in the dark here because I think there's some unseen talent that maybe we could tap into. Do you think we could play that for your wife, Annette? Mm-hmm. And maybe she could do it for us on the cheap and just replicate the Melissa Vaughn voice and
British accent.
And just say even just the number 4 or 4.0 or APS 4.0 because impressions are hard. I mean, you don't understand that
just
because
4. I think if we can get her to just say 4.
4.
Because how we do things here.
Yeah,
she'll record it.
I'll go in the lab.
You'll take it down into the lab. Mm-hmm. Do a little cutting and splicing.
I'll take a piece of my soul and leave it there because that's, as I talked about, whenever I'm in the lab, I always leave a piece of me in it.
So basically, the first attempt that you make at it is also the last attempt.
Yes.
And then that is it.
Yeah.
I don't know that I have ever heard my wife do an impression of any kind.
Yeah, listen, knowing Annette for 7 years or so, I don't get the impression that she is an impressionist.
No, definitely not.
But that's why I'm thinking out loud here. Just shoot her a text. I don't want her to do. I'm not putting her on the spot. But if you just shoot her a general text, and say, what is your confidence level in being able to replicate a British accent? Because I don't even need it to be her own. I just need her to be able to replicate Melissa Vaughn's voice for the number 4. And the only reason I feel like we should give her a few maybe extra options, Steve, because a lot of times, and you don't understand this because you're a honed-in professional. Mm-hmm. You've got your side career in the voiceover business. Yeah. You obviously perfected James Earl Jones from Field of Dreams.
Ray.
You don't need those extra, but a lot of people need those extra words to flesh it out.
Yeah.
So maybe just pigeonholing her into the number 4 isn't fair.
4.
Yeah, see? But it's hard. But if you say APS 4.0, you're getting a little more usage and getting a little more comfortable with your lips and your gums. So, we'll leave the creative space.
Okay, she already got back to me.
Okay.
I said, what is your confidence level at being able to replicate a British accent?
Yeah.
She said, me personally?
Yeah.
2%.
Hey! I think we get her on tape. Again, no pressure. We just see if we can...
Okay. Who would win in a spontaneous impression contest between your wife and my wife?
Oh, boy.
I would love... Do you think that... First
you think they do it on the podcast? Not in a million years.
I was just going to say, do you think that we could convince them, knowing full well that the answer would be... I feel like Katie would be more open to it.
She would. If I told her this would be really good for the podcast, or it would be,
this would
lie to her and tell her it would be fun, I think I could maybe convince her to be able to do it at some point, right?
I wonder.
I put it 10%.
Say, are there any impressions that you do that you're very confident in?
I'll send her that right now. Do you have any? Because there's a difference between being put on the spot, right? Like if you had to rank your impressions, it's obviously James Earl Jones is going to be your most comfortable, right?
Yeah. Number one overall, far and away. And
but we've done a few of your others, right?
Make sure she knows that it can't be like, oh, this is the impression of Daryl, the guy that I work with.
Right. I am texting her right now. Do you have any impressions that you feel confident and comfortable doing? I don't think I do.
Mm-mm. I don't either. I'm not impression guy. But
Steve.
It's never going to stop me.
No, and it shouldn't, because this podcast would die the second you and I become scared to do something silly. Again, our faces were up on a 22-foot billboard in Van Wert, Ohio, me with a cigarette hanging out of my mouth. But obviously I have Bobcat.
Oh yeah, of course.
So between the two of us,
wait, I'm sorry, you have who?
Oh, hey, Steve.
God, it just keeps getting better.
But again, it's important to differentiate Bobcat then, because Bobcat now I don't believe does that voice anymore.
I don't think he does the Bobcat voice.
So High Point Bobcat is my go-to impression.
Peak Bobcat. Peak, 1988 Bobcat.
Which, that's every great impression. Is...
Peak.
Peak.
It's got to be at their peak.
Nobody wants, the kind of garbage, gravelly voice it turns into, right? Like, Sylvester Stallone, for the most part, has stayed similar. Rocky. But if you're doing a Sylvester...
Oh.
Hang on.
Hold on.
I think we just found one.
Can you back up off that mic a bit? Give me some space here. Hey, Adrian.
Hey, that's really good.
Your turn.
Thank God. Hey, Adrian.
That was pretty good. I think your Adrian was a little too clear, though. You kind of have to...
You got to mumble it a little bit. Let me get one more on it.
Not... you can't, specifically pronounce every letter.
Right. Yeah,
Kind of slur it together. Adrian.
I feel like with the Sly Stallone, you have to, your tongue gets in the way.
Yeah, definitely.
That's the key to the Sly Stallone.
There's a battle in the mouth.
I'll put that on the poll. Is the key to any Sly Stallone a battle in your mouth? Let me give this one more whack at it. Maybe I can fix the Adrian on the end here. Hey, yo. I didn't like that. Hang on, let me go back. Back it up. Cut that.
Yeah, got it.
Hey, yo. Adrian.
Hey, that was much better.
It is. It's the really, you got to really, Adrian is less of a word and more of a guttural feel
it's
and
kind
noise.
of like instead of peaks and valleys, it's kind of a wave.
Yeah.
Like those letters just kind of smooth themselves out into each other.
Yeah. Boy, this is good. That's a really good poll question right there. Is the key to any Sly Stallone a battle in the mouth? You can find that on Twitter. Again, Facebook getting back to us any day now on how to fix our Facebook polls. But anyway,
a response from my wife to the question, do you have any impressions that you are very confident with? She said no. Evelyn and I don't spend much time practicing impressions in one night. Is she taking a shot at me?
Taking a real shot at you right now.
Shot at me?
Yeah, I get you. Boy, not even that much veiled.
That's like I'm too busy caring for our daughter to do your stupid side tricks.
Yep. Well, her interpretation of what you do is 5 days a week. We talked about this a lot lately.
Many times.
Dick hour, fart hour, recap of dick and fart hour, and then calls.
Yeah.
And then one day on the weekend for a few hours, you do James Earl Jones in the basement.
Boy,
it's a different version of the man cave.
I feel like shots have been fired from,
that was
the upstairs.
Katie responded, "No, I don't. You?" Like saying she could do an impression of me, which is very rude.
No. I think maybe she's saying, "No, I don't. Do you have any?"
No, she said, "You, ha, ha, ha." So that was her initial answer. I read it backwards.
Do you want to call her? Do you want to get her on the phone and
Nah.
have her do her Kyle impression?
I would like nothing less than hearing an impression of me. Should we do that? Should we maybe next week?
Yeah.
Maybe we line up a few callers.
Boy, I would love for people to submit.
Yes.
Like, pull out your phone, do a voice recording of either Kyle or myself.
Yep.
And then send it via whatever social media.
Yeah.
Or stevekylepodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah. There's a lot of ways that this could be done as well. People who just ignore doing any voice impression and just make fun of what we talk about, what we care about.
Yeah.
So it's just,
but,
hi, I'm Steve, I think Jeeps are cool. Like,
that's the key. You cannot, in your impression, here are the ground rules. You cannot say, hi, I'm Kyle, or hi, I'm Steve. We have to be able to guess just based on content or the way that you do the impression alone. Like maybe we could have a phrase that they have to send us. So every impression is using the same line. So there's not going to be I like Jeeps.
Yeah. Scary movies.
Okay,
we can figure that out during the week, and we'll post this on social media. But yeah, if you think you can do a good Kyle or Steve impression,
we would love to hear.
Oh man, that's fascinating to me because I think
put that on the poll. Who's easier to impersonate?
Yeah, I'll put that on there.
Yeah.
It's so weird to have that out of body to think if my voice an easily impersonated voice or is yours.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell from me, right?
Oh, I would love to have like 10 of these lined up and ready to play. That would be great. That's my goal. 10.
Or listen, if you're free, you want to do it live in the podcast, we could figure out a way to get you on.
Yeah, we'll call you.
We record next week, and you can do your impression. And if you've got both, more power to you.
I want to do this right now.
I know, right? I wish we had. This is the first time we've actually done anything. And now I want it immediately.
Yeah.
Is this what people feel like when they talk about delayed gratification? Because I feel like I want it to be next week so I can do this bit. Speaking of wanting it to be next week, how are you guys doing in the house here? For a few days there, I was kind of questioning if we were going to be able to record in person this week.
Yeah, it was kind of a rough week here for various reasons. Over the weekend, I think it was Sunday, it was like before dinner. Annette was making dinner. Evelyn and I were downstairs in the basement, and we were, of course, watching Frozen because that's our life.
Yeah,
that's our life, 24/7. So she had like her little snack cup with some Cheerios in it or something, or maybe Kix. So she's just sitting there eating. But then she stopped and she looks at me and she said, "Dad, my belly hurts." I'm like, oh, that's a shame. But a lot of times she'll say that if she's hungry.
Right.
Because she doesn't understand that, oh, that's your belly rumbling. Mm-hmm. It's hungry. Or maybe if she has to poop or something.
Mm-hmm. Kids always have different ways to express their... They're just the dumbest creatures on the planet. Again, if you were to put a baby deer next to a baby in an intelligence contest...
Oh, a deer would kill it.
Take the deer.
Yeah.
Take the deer.
So it was dinner time, so we went upstairs, and she walked over to the couch, and she just like put her head down on the couch and was just like kind of standing but laying her head down. I was like, that's weird. And she started crying, so I go and I pick her up, and I'm holding her, and she's looking right at me, and then luckily she turns her head and looks over my shoulder. Just as I do that, she barfs.
Yep.
Actually, in the sweatshirt that I'm wearing, it was all down my back.
No need to clean.
No. So that I can count on one hand the amount of times she's thrown up in her life.
So you know something's wrong.
Something's obviously wrong. So she threw up. She was distraught because she's never done that before. So I cleaned her up, and then she ended up throwing up like 3 times that night.
Mm-hmm.
So she had a stomach bug. Luckily, by the next day, she was kind of feeling back to herself, but still not eating great. But the diapers have just been
a train wreck.
Atrocious. Ugh. Absolutely terrible. Then Annette ended up feeling like crap too. And then they were both kind of getting over it. And then I came down with the same stomach bug. Ended up not going to work the whole show was feeling like crap. So we took the day off on Thursday just to kind of regroup, get back together.
Man, so you had to go dig through the archives for the best fart hours hours.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, it was kind of tough.
Hard to find good content nowadays. That's what they say.
So luckily, I woke up. I threw up at like maybe 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock on Wednesday afternoon. Immediately fell asleep. Woke up at 5 a.m. on Thursday, feeling perfectly fine.
Yeah,
like it was
ready to go.
Threw me in 12 hours, and but yeah. So that's been kind of a pain. Everyone's pretty much feeling back to normal now. But then we're having issues with Toby, our dog. That's been a couple of trips to the vet, hundreds of dollars in x-rays and ultrasounds, and it's been a week. It's been a hell of a week.
Just very busy. And then to top it off, you're all set with a nice relaxed weekend here. Got no plans, if I remember right.
No, nothing at all except for the biggest night show of the year.
Oh.
Happening tonight. By the way, it is Saturday, April 9th, 2022, the year of our Lord, the Steve and Kyle podcast. A big happy birthday to my nephews, Andrew and Joey.
Hey, same weekend or same day?
Same day. Same day, but a year apart.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Well, it's been a little bit since you've been... Well, no, you were over there last fall, if I remember, right?
Yeah, we were there in November.
That's right. Okay.
For Bob's birthday. Bob's wedding.
I'm glad you mentioned your tough week. Mm-hmm. I wanted to bring something up to you.
What do you got?
Just you and me, right?
Right now?
Yeah, just you and me.
It's just us. There's nobody. Guys. Nobody. Just here. Take the headphones off.
Yeah, that's right. You can't even tell.
Okay. Yeah.
Boy, it is a lot more.
Yeah.
More comfortable.
Yeah.
Once you take those off, It's like ears of the world, not on you.
That's how it works. People can't hear if we have our headphones on.
It's like the see no evil, hear. Yeah, see no evil, hear no evil,
speak no evil.
Speak no evil. Yeah. But if I have my hands over my ears and I talk,
nobody hears.
Nobody can hear.
Yeah, no one else except for me, obviously.
So for the first, I went.
Remember, it's just us.
Just us. Two guys talking. 2 years ago, I went to the doctor for standard stuff, physical, whatever.
Yeah.
And because I started doing that after my dad started having heart issues and health issues 10 years ago, I started, time to actually visit the doctor and not just treat this as a massive inconvenience, right?
Start going on a regular basis.
Yeah.
I did the same thing like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I was like, maybe I should actually utilize this, this health insurance that I pay so much money for.
And the preventative stuff is all free, and it's a good time to ask if any super vital or, time sensitive questions. Hey, I've kind of got this whatever thing on my shoulder. This hurts. This is sore. Anything I can do.
I got this mole.
Yeah. And then I obviously went in when I had my heart issue to my primary care physician for that because that was the first place I messaged saying, hey, I'm just having some pain here. Yeah. That's where I went first.
When you fell down and went boom.
That's right. And but now it's time for physical, right? So it's been a year and a half. I've seen doctors, right? So it's time for me to go.
But you haven't had the actual physical.
Yeah. And you work at 9 to 5. It's a lot different than when I was out in the field working at 5:30 a.m., 6 a.m., and I'm out of work at
you're corporate Kyle now.
That's right.
Corporate Kyle punching the clock.
So I'm trying to find these times. So I finally there's a little button you can click for this service where you can schedule appointments where you can open it up to the whole office for the type of visit you're going for.
So you won't necessarily see your doctor, but you'll see any of the other doctors or like the physician's assistants or something.
Correct. Yeah. So that's what I was looking at. It's the same physical. I don't need doctor whatever to give the standard physical, where they're going to wrap your knee and make sure it bounces back.
Right.
And I don't need that. So I went to open it up and schedule it, and I opened it up to the office.
By the way, do you feel like you should get a discount for that? If you're not seeing like the doc,
it should be cheaper, right?
Well, if you're not seeing, I think if you're seeing anyone other than your primary, like even if I see another doctor, I don't care. It should be cheaper,
right?
I'm not getting what I paid for.
No, that's hard.
I got a relationship with Doc. What's his name? I don't remember what is my doctor's name? We'll get back to that.
You might, if you're not seeing a full-fledged MD.
Like, they should give me money.
I think. So, again, you schedule the appointment. You walk in, they hand you a 10-ski. You go in, say, back hurts.
Give me the old once-over.
Yeah. Here, top to bottom. Arms over your head. Close your eyes. Say, let me know when you're all done.
Do what you got to do.
Let me know if you need to, if you need me to lift anything or
like shimmy one way or the other.
I can stand on one leg, but not very long. So let's keep that to a limited.
That's right, because you're a foot boo boo.
That's right. So I wasn't even looking. I was looking for appointment times that would work better because I could easily take a longer lunch. It's just it's a headache when you do something in the middle of the day. Throws your whole routine, your schedule off. So I'm looking for something either very early, which doctors' offices aren't typically open at 7 a.m.
Yeah, or sometimes you can get that. Maybe they have like one day a week or once a month or something.
Or like later in the day. So I'm looking for those times. I finally find one, and it's for this.
Aren't you currently? You still working from home?
Oh, yeah.
You could skip out, right?
Yeah, sure. Just put
Put a dummy in your seat.
Yeah, or like a PlayStation controller that's vibrating on the mouse to make it look like it's.
Do they have that so they can see if like your mouse hasn't moved? And
I don't know. I really don't.
Huh?
Maybe.
Do you want? Wait a minute. How about this? You give me the quick once over on how to deny mortgages.
Where to click?
Yeah, just show me the deny button.
Yeah.
I'll stop at your house on my way home from work. Schedule your appointment for like 1:00. Mm-hmm. I'll get to your house at 12:55.
Yeah.
You give me the 2-minute tutorial of how to do your entire job.
Absolutely.
Because it's no doubt simple.
Yeah. And honestly, what do you need to fake it till you make it for 60, 70 minutes?
Deny. Every now and then pick up the phone. Hey, this is Kyle. Denied. Okay, thank you. Because my Kyle impression sounds like you doing your Bobcat impression.
Yeah, that's multi-layered.
And then you get you get your physical. I think this could work, right?
I don't see any way it could fail.
Yeah.
But anyway, I already got the appointment scheduled for a time that's convenient.
It's a shame. You should have. Next time. Okay? Next time.
I can't believe I didn't think of the idea of having you rush over on your way home from work.
Next time you let me
know. I will. You're number one on the speed dial. Speed dial used anymore?
No, definitely not.
So last time someone used a speed dial.
Even in my phone, you can assign favorites.
It's useless.
Which is basically the
most recent
cell phone cell phone equivalent of speed dial.
Yeah. So I have this appointment Friday that I guess I didn't understand until I looked for they send an email with a week notice saying, hey, your appointment's next Friday.
Mm-hmm.
And for the first time in my life that I'm aware of, age 35, Steve.
Yeah. Early 30s. Late 20s.
Late 20s.
Apologies. Late 20s.
I'll be going to see a female doctor or nurse practitioner.
You're going to a chick doc.
Lady doc. And that's how you walk in to say hi, right?
Yeah.
Just like like Bugs Bunny.
I think they prefer gal doc.
Oh, that's right. Chick doc. Much like Bugs Bunny.
Right.
That's how you say hello to anybody in that profession. What's up, doc?
Yeah. But you have to do it. There has to be some kind of sound that sounds like "Ooga," and then your eyes have to bulge out of your head and turn into hearts.
This has to
and
be
then spring back.
I want to bring this thing back to like the 60s.
Right.
You know, where again I'm walking in with a cigarette. Hey, Lady Doc. Let's get down to brass tacks here, shall we?
Here's what you're going to do. You're going to fill out this paperwork, say that I'm A-OK, and I can take it back to my employer. So stamp whatever you got to stamp, and let's get on with this. Is that how it worked back then?
Must have been, right? Put the cigarette out on the table with all the tools.
Yeah.
Give a couple winks to the lady doc to insinuate, like, hey, I'm about to drop my trousers.
But you're smoking Kent's because that's what 9 out of 10 doctors approve.
Right. Full suit when you walk in to show that you're a businessman.
Brown suit because you're a businessman.
I got to. I shouldn't say nervous is the word, but this is
about.
It's just different, right?
Obviously,
it's a vulnerable position.
Everything is in jest.
Yeah, but it's a vulnerable position, right?
Yeah.
It's you alone with every last piece of your insecurity that you have on your body, and then you're about to show it to a female doctor.
Do you know for a fact that it's that kind of physical? Because I had a physical back in the late summer, early fall.
Yeah,
and it wasn't the big kahuna, the full Monty.
No.
It was just a tap the rubber hammer on my knees, check my eyes, check my ears.
So did you maybe sign up for like the sports physical that like 15-year-olds are getting so they can play baseball?
Yeah, they thought that I told them I was trying out for JV tennis.
Did you walk in with a backward hat on with a poof of your hair sticking out the front? Like cut off jean shorts?
I looked like the Steve Buscemi meme.
That's right.
How do you do, fellow kids?
Yeah, you kicked up your longboard on the way in the front door. Like, hey, this cool cat's here for his sports physical.
Yeah.
To your question, I don't know.
I don't know if they'll do that, like the old hernia check or whatever it is.
I bet they do. I'll say this: I haven't had a physical, however many that's been, 10 to 15 since I've been teenager or an adult, and I remember having physicals. They've all had that hernia check, the cough check.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember at my last doctor, I got probably 2 or 3 physicals there.
Okay.
And there was. So I fully expected it when I changed doctors last year. Started at my new doctor, and I was like, all right, here we go.
Yeah.
And then it just, it didn't come up. So I don't know if...
It's not, I shouldn't say it's a fear. It's not a fear. It is what it is. I don't really care. I'm a 35-year-old man who knows every bit of what there isn't to love about me. Okay? But it's
You're very, very self-aware.
Yeah, but it's still that last bastion
of
you having that safety blanket of your coat, your shirt, your pants, whatever it may be, and not having to openly talk about, I am having groin pain or I'm having whatever.
Right.
That it's not an easy discussion to have, right?
Yeah.
So what do you do? Have you ever been to a lady doc? Not a specialist, because we're talking,
like
ear, nose, throat doctor.
So we're talking
whatever.
Primary.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I mean, God, for 6 years that I lived here, I didn't even have a doctor. I didn't go to the doctor for
you're a young, healthy man.
Many, many years.
Now you're mid-30s, early 30s.
30s, yep.
And
staring down the barrel at 41 in about a month and a half.
Getting back on the doctor horse. But listen, I'll keep you up to date next week. Maybe I'll put a earbud in, call you during it.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I mean, you got to respect my time because I'm going to be clicking the deny button the whole time.
That's right. That's right. You got that 75-minute shift.
Yeah.
Over there.
Am I getting paid for that, by the way?
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
Maybe a little stipend. Do I get benefits
for that hour
while filling in?
Yeah, you should be ordering glasses.
Like if I trip down the steps or something,
I'm gonna get invoices from insurance that like someone ordered Invisalign, non-prescription sunglasses and stuff.
Now, how does that work? Serious question. Since you are working from home, how would a workman's comp situation work out? Like if you trip and fall down your steps. Mm-hmm. Remember, there was a news story a couple of months ago about a woman. I think she was in England, working from home. Woke up, was going down to her home office because she was instructed to work from home. Tripped and fell down the steps, and she was granted workman's comp because that was technically an on-the-job injury.
I'd be curious because I could still, hurt myself or not, injury, whatever, I would still be able to work because I'm still sitting at home. You know what I mean?
Right.
So while the injury happened,
but you're not sitting at home because you want to be. You would love to be back in the office.
Is that what I'm supposed to say?
Yeah.
Okay. I was being at that point hypothetically forced to stay at home.
Yeah.
And
how about this? Okay, so next week I stop by your house. Look, again, this is just us. You go to your appointment. I sit there, hit the deny button for an hour or so. You get home. When you walk in the door, I'll run up the steps and kick you in the back, right down the steps.
Okay. And listen, I've got a history of clumsiness.
And then, no. You don't have a history of clumsiness. You are a perfectly stable walking person.
Okay.
I kick you down the steps as hard as I possibly can. Probably going to have to break a couple bones as you bounce down the steps.
This feels more aggressive.
Look, you're going to thank me. You're going to thank me in the end. Okay. And then, so that way there's the paper trail. They're going to say, well, I wonder if he was really working. Yeah. Well, look at that.
Yeah.
He's been denying for the last hour.
That's right. How should we explain the boot print in the small of my back?
You know something? We'll wait till the swelling goes down.
Okay, so now I just need to deal with, again, in your mind, a couple broken bones.
Multiple.
Until the swelling goes down.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
For this workers' compensation claim.
Make sure that you're carrying a box of work-related files.
Yeah. Papers, pencils, staplers, an extra computer screen.
Yeah.
And then again,
not too much, though. Not too much because they don't. Then they'll start victim blaming and saying, well, you shouldn't have been carrying that in the first place.
Yeah. And I'm not there to be slut-shamed.
I think we got this all figured out.
Okay. So again, I just need to carry a box, not too heavy, work stuff.
Work-related, yeah.
Not expect...
Maybe your big denied stamp.
That's right.
If you can put that in the box.
Not expect a boot in the back.
Swift kick.
As I go launching down the stairs.
Yeah, the more, if you can kind of put a little spring in that first step so you actually launch.
Yeah, almost like, and this is for a smaller audience, but the way that The Rock used to take the Stone Cold Stunner.
Yeah.
Where he would really jump into the air.
Yeah, ridiculous.
That's me being booted down the steps.
If you're up for it.
Well, the way you describe it, where I only have to deal with these broken bones until my swelling goes down.
Shouldn't be more than 8 to 10 hours.
And I'll have to work through that?
Well, no, you have to not work through that. Okay. So that way they're going to see that your mouse hasn't been moving. They're going to wonder what's up.
Yeah, is everybody okay?
And then you'll be just feet away from the computer or the phone.
Yeah, me struggling, screaming in agony.
Yeah.
But again, just 9 hours away from that swelling maybe going down to where I can have my now multiple broken bones addressed.
Maybe you could wear some kind of padding
That's not a bad idea.
Just on your back, though, so the boot impression doesn't...
Okay, I was thinking my head.
No,
as I go face first.
No. Head injuries, they're the big money makers.
Head injuries are the big kahunas. That'll be...
Yeah, our head injuries, the big kahunas. Okay.
Well, boy, we really nailed that down.
I mean, look, I hate to beat a dead horse, but
yeah,
I'm getting paid for all this, right?
Yeah, well, invoice me at the end for, again, my multiple broken bones.
Right. And the best thing is, oh no, I was gonna say you'll have that. You'll have the doctor's note saying, "Look, he's perfectly healthy,"
sure.
But no, you can't have that because then there's a paper trail that you want to work. We're
right.
gonna have to figure that out.
But anyway, I am not, again, nervous is not the word. And it's all so fast. I mean, I know physicals are different for everybody. Like you said, you went and had the drive-through sports physical last time with the questioning if it was even a doctor or doctor adjacent that you went to.
Right. Yeah, not sure.
Steve walks into a storage facility. The instructions he got in the email were to enter the code 1235. He's really throwing the burglars off. And then knock 3 times on storage unit 6C. And come in with your pants down.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And leave $40 in the box.
Yeah.
That was Steve's last physical.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I will report back on how this... They're professionals. I'm not the first...
You're going to be fine.
I'm not the first male that this nurse practitioner has seen.
Maybe you are, though.
What I am nervous about, because I know this because my wife is becoming a nurse practitioner now. She shadows or does clinical time with doctors.
Maybe I'll get your wife. Hey.
Why am I paying at that point, right? Or why is insurance paying, right?
There you go.
Kick down the steps. So a small fear I have is that, do you mind if, Julie, the 19-year-old med student, sits in with us? Because then you're on the spot, right? Julie's sitting there. The 19-year-old med student standing next to you. They ask you that when they're next to each other.
They ask you that once they're...
Jerk move, by the way.
It's very much a jerk move.
That should be a phone call day before the appointment, or that should be an email, some type of notification.
Not a phone call. I don't want any human interaction. I want it to be a checkbox in my health app on my phone.
Are you okay with medical students in the room with you? And I can, tell them right then, not in a million years.
Right. Yeah.
I've had a few at my heart follow-up, which that's fine. I mean, it's a scar on my chest. There's not, it's not overly exposed or
Sure.
But boy, I'm going to have to tell Julie, the 19-year-old med student, you're not welcome here today.
Or, I mean, it's so funny how just saying something like, no, thank you, comes off like you're being a jerk.
Yeah, and I'm sure they've been told that, this person doesn't want it, this person doesn't prefer it.
Yeah. There's
no way to come off not rude in that scenario.
Right.
To where,
yeah.
Do you mind? This is she's shadowing me. It's Julie. She's a medical student at such and such university. You mind if she sits in with you today? I'd prefer not. That doesn't sound okay either.
No. I think just a
simple... You just say F no?
I think just a simple smile and no thank you.
Yeah.
That suffices. Now it depends. Are they saying like, oh, this is Julie. She's a third-year medical student. Mm-hmm. She's also captain of the making fun of losers team in her sorority.
She also really thinks it's funny to make fun of slightly overweight, balding people with heart issues. She hates heart issues. She blames the people, not the birth defects. But anyway, you okay with her sitting in with us today?
She's also big into photography, so she's doubling up, taking pictures for her photography class.
Also, blue jean slip-on shoes. Oof. Murdered her family.
So what do you say, loser? You good with that?
Come on in, Julie. Don't mind what this buffoon says, yes or no. Go get the sketch pad and the camera.
It's like at that point, it's just insulting that you have to have both.
Yeah.
Like, you could just take the picture and get this over with.
Yeah.
You don't need to sit there for 20 minutes and sketch me.
And then yell at me if I move too much. I said stand still, idiot! I'm trying to get where your hairline left you 15 years ago.
Sorry, Julie.
No wonder your heart quit on you. Can't even stand there and stand still. Big dumb box of blood.
Box of blood.
Okay, so it's decided then. I will not allow the medical student in to my annual physical.
Right. Can you record audio? Because I want to hear how the interaction goes.
In the hypothetical, if they ask if
if Julie, the 19-year-old
medical
captain
student
of the making fun of losers team in her sorority / medical student
is asked to join, no, I will. I can do that. If I see someone who has that look walking around the office when I get in there and inevitably sit in a chair for 30 minutes, as they're going to be by the time my appointment at 4:30, they're no doubt running behind.
Oh yeah, of course.
I'll be lucky to be seen by 5 p.m. If I see her trolling around the office and she's kind of peeking through the windows for people to make fun of, I will have my phone
wearing
ready.
her sorority sweater.
That's right. Maybe a sash because she's again the president of the Making Fun of Losers Club. I will. I can pick up my phone and do that for you. That's easy enough.
Oh boy.
Okay. Well, I'm glad I exposed that vulnerability here on this podcast.
Yeah.
It's always rewarding to be open, but again, just two guys,
just us here,
just two of us,
just a couple of guys shooting the S.
Talking shop. What did we want to get to? Because I know you have.
Oh, I do.
You have a big day. You have a lot to do tonight.
I do. I think we can get to.
And remember, we still do have to get to a recap of Poll Badness.
Yes. Do you want to try and
Steve's 1-minute Marvel movie reviews for Captain America: Civil War?
Actually, let's get to. Why don't we do the poll recap from last? Is it just last week? Or
boy, I always scroll because I never know. It might be just last week. Let me scroll while we hear the lovely notes of Melissa Vaughn.
Time to see how wrong everyone else is. It's poll recap time. Find the polls at Steve and Kyle on Twitter.
Thank you, Melissa. Again, I mentioned I spent between 2 and 10 minutes looking for her social media. It took me 30 seconds to find her Instagram. Has not been used in forever, but I am typing up a message to send to her to maybe see if we can get Melissa Vaughn on.
So are you going to start it with, hey, Melissa?
No.
It's Steve and Kyle.
Hey, Toots. We paid her money, right? Isn't that? I said, hi, Melissa. You have no reason to remember. That's as far as I am.
That's a good, it's a good intro.
She's done enough that even if she is not doing voiceover work full time, she's done enough that there's zero reason she would remember a small podcast sending her 1 page of words or however many characters we were allowed to use.
Yeah.
But hopefully we can get Melissa Vaughn on in the next few weeks. I think that'd be so fun to talk to her. I just want to hear her talk. Again,
we don't know many British people.
Yeah. No.
She'd be our first British person on this podcast.
Right. Ask her what her area code is. We can call her back during area code day.
Yeah. I wonder if they have
You don't know any British people? You spent how long over there?
3.5 months.
Didn't take any relationships home with you?
Not one. I don't know if I talked to any.
You only saw Americans?
Met a bunch of Americans.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Is demand just down everywhere? 59% of the audience said yes. No idea what that was in reference to.
No clue.
Does Kyle's fat head need a good seat? 81% of the audience said yes.
Okay. That's good.
That's tonight. You'll hear the recap of Kyle's Fathead's view of the Live at Night show at the Monkeys. Coming up next week.
He's not making it, though, right?
Oh, I know. I thought you figured that out. You said you knew a guy, and you were going to have his fathead get a seat. We were going to kick someone out from the orchestra.
Of course I said that.
Yeah. Last week, so you got a few hours to organize that. And get the fathead here.
That was on me, huh?
Yeah, I thought you had it. Yeah. Should there be a fathead for a Steve appearance in New Jersey? Because, again, you're not going to be there.
Right. At the date that has not been announced yet.
Still. What was announced here? We didn't know
Yeah,
that.
has not been announced. I mean, what are we talking about? Nothing's been announced.
87% of the audience said yes.
Okay.
We need someone to get on that. I guess we could. And just have a Steve. Does marital bed connotate sex? 91% of the audience said yes.
Marital bed.
Is there anything more horrifying than baby mice death screams? 64% of the audience said no. That's what you have in store for when you hook up that muffler.
When I fire up the Comanche.
The Comanche. Again, baby mice death screams as they're launched out the back of the tailpipe.
I like to think that it has that
like
sound.
The hot dog launcher
like
sound.
Somebody's firing a bazooka.
Those are the babies. And then Toby and Lola. Is there anything better than a 2-year-old shirt?
Wait, a 2-year-old shirt or a 2-year-old's shirt?
No, a 2-year-old T-shirt. I think we were talking about the T-shirt that you were so kind to make me on the cricket for Second Chance Jeeps.
Nothing better
and
than
I'm just
a
waiting for that 2-year anniversary to bring that home. 70% of the audience said no. Lastly, this was a big one. What is the correct term? Skydovin, skydove, sky dividend, skydived. I think the bigger upset here, the last place, 11.7%, skydovin.
Where'd sky dividend fall?
Sky dividend, third place.
Wow.
16.7% of the vote.
Good people. Good people out there.
Sky dove coming in with 21.7% of the vote. Sky dive leading the way with 50% of the vote.
Well,
it's language.
It's a shame for
Sky dividend
to be wrong.
Those are the polls. You can find more of those at Steve and Kyle on Twitter.
Okay. All right. What do we have to get to now?
Well, we've got to, at some point, before we wrap up shop, we have to give the update on Poll Badness 2022 as we narrow it down to the championship.
Yeah, let's just jump into that then.
Okay.
What the heck?
I've forgotten that we did this.
I forget it every time. Here we go.
If you want to be the best, you got to be a fighter. If you want to be the best, you got to show desire.
Desire.
Oh, thank you to our friends who made that song and then had it copyright claimed for us on YouTube.
So we just sped it up. Hopefully that'll skip right past that.
Take that, Mark YouTube. Steve, this week we had the matchups for the Foolish Four.
Okay.
As we are trying to get down, not trying, we did get down to the tiresome two.
Okay.
The championship match. The Poll Badness champion of 2022 will be decided on this very podcast next week, where we will read the winners. You can find this last matchup everywhere on social media at Steve and Kyle, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. The first matchup coming out of the patently absurd division and the what the division. We had the number 2 seed. Would Second Chance Jeeps be more interesting if it were helping Jeeps through alcohol and narcotic addiction, which had been an absolute steamroller?
Yeah.
It had won its matchups with 72% of the vote, 75% of the vote, 68% of the vote.
Wow.
This thing had been rolling over its competition.
Juggernaut.
Taking on the number 3 seed is Annette's Etsy shop. Just her slamming airplane-sized booze bottles to get away from Steve.
Boy, it's going to be a real insult if a poll about Annette wanting to get away from me wins this whole competition, especially since she announced like a year and a half ago that she wanted nothing to do with this podcast anymore.
This is a record setter. This previous poll winner.
Of course.
In the first round, Annette's Etsy shop won with 92.5% of the vote, which was the biggest steamrolling in the 2 years of the Poll Badness that we have encountered.
Oof.
So those two matched up. Moving on to the tiresome 2. The number 3 seed is Annette's Etsy shop, just her slamming airplane-sized booze bottles to get away from Steve with 67% of the vote. That's moving on to a championship matchup. Again, the tiresome 2, Steve.
This is insulting.
Has to hurt. Can't wait to see that on a t-shirt. Black. Be a trophy. We can then hand to nobody because it's not a physical recipient.
I mean, I guess we could take it.
Right.
I mean, if it was between me and you, you would probably get it because you're the one that typed the polls.
Yeah. A lot of work.
I rearranged some pictures to post them. So, yeah, I mean, maybe we'll draw straws.
Moving over to the right side of the bracket, the Asinine division and the Are They Serious division.
Okay.
In the Foolish Four, the number 2 seed, would you tune into the Fruit Boot and Shoot at the Olympics?
That one's got to be it.
And Steve, Cinderella is still in this in the Foolish Four. We have a chance for a Steve-centric Tiresome 2.
Wow.
As it took on the number 5 seed. Did Steve not eating June Thanksgiving dinner ruin June Thanksgiving dinner
I've
for
seen,
everyone else?
I've seen the notification pop up for the last 3 weeks that my brother keeps voting for that one.
Your brother seems to be, I was going to mention that, seems very offended that you did this in June Thanksgiving dinner.
I
know. Steve, are you nervous at all about the possibility of an all-Steve Tiresome 2?
You know,
knowing that some form of poll or not slight or insult, but reference to you is going to be a champion of poll badness.
You know, I'm glad you asked that, Kyle. I actually welcome it. I welcome the attention, even though it's meant to be an insult.
Well, I mean, listen, you're the opposite of me. Can't stand it. Nothing less than the attention.
Bring on the attention. I love it.
Look for him tonight. If you can't recognize him at the live show, you'll see him with the shirt that says, I am Steve.
Look, people have to know what my name is.
Right? That's not your fault. You're just doing a service for the greater good.
I am helping.
And on the back, please buy me a drink.
I left my wallet at home.
I don't mean to interrupt, but do you guys get a rider for this?
Oh, yeah.
But you're your own, you don't have managers. So
No.
Is it just up to you to fulfill?
We got people.
Can you, this might be stepping out of bounds.
Is it just
when we wrap?
Is it just us? Is it just us right now?
I was gonna say, can you give us a peek back at some of the things on this?
What do you need to know?
Let's get the last competitor in the Tiresome 2, and then I want to talk about what's on your guys' rider.
Well, I mean, it depends. There's a tech rider, so the technical specifications.
Christ, I can't imagine even the tech people care.
I need HDMI plugs.
Of course, no, I get it. And again,
I need power.
Yeah. So again, you filled out a sticky note with surge protectors and HDMI cables. No, you know what? I'm comfortable saying
couple microphones.
I'm comfortable saying our audience does not give a shit about what's on the tech rider.
Yeah, safe to say.
Steve with 57.9% of the
vote. Boy, so it was relatively close.
Would you tune into the Fruit Boot and Shoot at the Olympics is moving on to the Tiresome 2. Right. A number 3 seed is an Etsy shop, just her slamming airplane-sized booze bottles to get away from Steve. Taking on the number 2 seed, would you tune in to the Fruit Boot and Shoot at the Olympics? A lot of good polls been kicked to the wayside here. Jimmy the Bangladeshian fake bullet shooter, gone. 94.3 K-Rock where the rock rocks, the rock station's rock station, gone.
That's still an upset to me.
It really is.
I was hoping to wear that shirt.
I had K-Rock penciled in as at the very least a championship competitor.
Yeah. 92.3 K-Rock where the rock rocks, the rock station's rock station.
Well, we should be programmers.
Again, that is the radio station. That's the rock radio station that other rock radio stations listen to when they really want to rock.
Yeah, it's like rock station's form of cheating is when they slip away into, I need to go to the grocery store so they can go turn on 94.3 K-Rock.
92.3 K-Rock.
No, it's 94.
94.3
K-Rock where the rock rocks.
Okay. So that's so the afternoon guy at 101.5 The Rock listens on his way into work to 94.3 K-Rock where the rock rocks, the rock station's rock station.
Probably with merch on his drive-in.
Yeah.
The sweatshirt.
Yeah.
Maybe some branded sunglasses. A hat.
Yeah, that says laser on the side or something. That's probably his nickname.
Until he pulls into the parking lot and he has to change into his, crappy rock station's merch. But listen, that was a victim.
Hold on. Saying laser reminded me of laser zaps.
Yeah,
What was
laser
that?
zap. That's how we were going to do. That was another radio station you and I have created. I forget the call sign, but instead of happy birthdays, they were laser zaps. So it was like happy 35th laser zap to so and so. And then the idea was we were going to have some imaging of
Like a laser zap sound.
Yeah.
I think, as hard as that is to believe, I'm pretty sure that made our end of the year. Year in review.
Yeah, you and I have actually created a really good conglomerate of radio stations. We had, I apologize, I forget the call sign, but we had the Laugh.
Yeah, that was with
the comedy station.
Was that Johnny the Duck and Lisa?
I don't know if they were working there. They were definitely at one of our radio stations. We need to get a hierarchy of our radio company so everybody can understand how this thing's going to work. But 94.3 K-Rock, Steve, had fallen victim to championship competitor Annette's Etsy shop.
Right.
In the senseless 16. So not only did this thing not make the excessive 8 or the foolish 4, it got knocked out in the second round.
You have to figure that they're looking at a coaching change in the offseason.
I would. I mean, you have a juggernaut in your hands. Mm-hmm. And you get bounced in the second round to a number 3 seed. Yeah. So Annette's Etsy shop has moved on with 92.5% of the vote, 58.6% of the vote, 64% of the vote, and 67% of the vote. So nothing in the 50s yet for them. All right. I'm sorry, the senseless 16 where she beat K-Rock, but nothing very close, under 55% of the vote as that moves on. A good championship matchup. Mm-hmm. Not a lot of underdogs won this time. It just goes to show that it was the work and the discussion down in the Planning Pagoda was well spent as it was seeded pretty well. Can't wring your hands at a number 2 seed upsetting a number 1 seed or a number 3 seed upsetting a number 2 seed and a 1 seed.
Sure.
Those things like those happen here in the Throat Goblin tournament.
That's what happens. Well, we look forward to, by the time you're listening to this podcast, you'll be able to vote on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Steve and Kyle. Yeah. Maybe we'll try to pin those posts to the top for the next week or so.
Yeah, and we'll probably do a refresher post to remind everybody to vote, to share those for us as well, so we can get some more votes on. Again, year 2. Pole Badness 2022
just
champion.
1 week from now, be crowning a champion.
Now we don't have a ton of time because we've still got to get to the Steve's Marvel movie review.
Yeah.
And but now I feel like and everybody wants these details. A local night show.
Yeah.
A group of guys. Sorry. A group of radio people, because I know you guys got a radio chick now. Lady Radio.
Lady-O.
We've got, so today, just to recap, we've got Lady Docs and Lady-O's, Lady Radios.
Right.
I promise.
Yeah.
We're not always this stupid.
Well.
You guys all coming from your homes. It's not like you're out and about, traveling. You're not in, a different city or state. What is on the side gigs, non-technical riders for when you guys get there? Whether do you share a room, like one big room?
Yeah, there's just I guess a green room, dressing room.
You didn't demand separate hotel rooms at the 4-star hotel right nearby?
Did not do that.
Okay.
No. We keep our expectations low, and usually they are met.
So obviously the famous rider things that people remember and talk about over the years is
like Van Halen,
the brown M&Ms,
yeah.
And then you hear about people with this many bottles of Dom Perignon, and
which it's funny because when you hear the reasoning behind the brown M&Ms, it makes total sense.
Want to make sure it's getting read.
You just want to make sure that there's some form of attention to detail, and I'm sure that because I think that was Van Halen.
Yes.
I would bet that was not. That was probably something that their managers or whatever put in there. I bet that they had no idea about that. Who knows? Maybe they did. But yeah, you put stuff in there to make sure that people have read the entire thing. Yeah. Obviously, we are not nearly on that level.
Right.
So it's relatively simple for us. We just need a room.
Okay, so literally a room to change, relax, away from the noise.
Where we can sit in and kind of talk through some stuff before the show because there's some, little bit of prep that we have to do.
Do you request like the reinforced doors from the fans banging on the doors so they don't get in?
I mean, 5 security guards per person.
You don't want to feel stupid.
Yeah. The one thing that it's funny, you never thought you would have to request is that people from the audience shouldn't be able to just walk backstage.
So a closed backstage area is something you have to specifically write in.
Yeah. You wouldn't think that in a place where performances happen all the time, like this is the place where the Grand Rapids Symphony performs.
Yeah, I just saw Hamilton here.
Yeah.
Less than 2 months ago.
Jim Jeffries, the comedian, was performed there last night.
Do you think he had to deal with people knocking on his door from the audience?
Probably not. I get the feeling that when they see comedian or musician or some other entertainer, they think, okay, let's really, nail this down.
They just haven't accounted for big-headed radio people.
Right, when they see local radio goons, they probably think, and rightly so, we'll be fine.
We'll be a bit lax. Who's going to go?
Be fine.
Yeah, there's not exactly a line of women coming to, knock down your door, sign my boobs, and guys lifting up their shirts, sign my bellies.
Yeah,
as you guys are just trying to get a drink of water.
Yeah. So, no, it's basically we have they gave us a menu and said, here, do you want to order food beforehand?
Waiting for you?
No, just at some point because we have to get there. The show starts at 8, but we're going to be there. I'm going to be there at 4.
Oh Christ! Listen, I've heard the show. Comfortable saying 4 hours of prep is unnecessary.
Yeah, there's a lot going on though. There's
we've got the tech writer. Everything should be figured out.
I got to make sure the HDMI cable's plugged in. But the crazy thing about this venue is
on monster cables.
Hey, these gold plated.
Hey, 12 karat? Really? 18 and above, and then throw it into the crowd.
You get to Best Buy right now. Bust out the corporate card because you're going to need it.
Again, this professional...
Those things are $40 a foot.
This professional outlet deals with comedians, musicians, symphonies.
Yeah. Various other entertainers.
Yeah, touring Broadway plays. Mm-hmm. Yet Steve is throwing non-gold plated HDMI cables into the crowd.
Yeah. Yeah, so we got to be there to... It's funny, though, because this is a very, very... It's a amazing venue. Yeah. One of the best venues in a very big area around here.
Yeah, that's fine.
Beautiful. Love going there to do the show, and it's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a union place. They're the people that work there.
Union workers, yeah.
Yeah, people that work there are union workers, and they're amazing. They bust their butt. But when, I'll bring my computer out to set it up.
You're used to doing those things.
I'm used to doing it. And look, the extent of what I have to do, it's plug this in. And as long as somebody else has it all set up technically on their end, I just hit play and things happen and audio plays and videos play.
Yeah, you're much like a DJ where there's not a lot of talent or skill involved.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You just click play and then kind of bob your head with a bucket on your head, right?
Well, I put my one hand over my one headphone.
Yep.
And I kind of bounce back and forth.
Yep.
And every now and then the lights come up and I go, oh!
Yeah, you point, that was me! I made that video go!
And then I pause it and everyone goes, and then I hit the button to make the beat drop.
That's the big one.
Yeah.
That's where you really get the crowd in the palm of your hands.
So it's funny when I'll get there later today and I'll basically just hand over my computer because I won't even be... Technically, I don't think that they want me to even plug in the power. Yeah.
Wow.
So I'll just be like, yep, that goes there, and they'll go...
Which I'm sure they know. They're already rolling their eyes when they tell you where to plug into.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Mr. Professional with his MacBook.
Yeah, your 2 plugs that go into your MacBook. They've never seen this before. Where do these go? One's trying to plug one in his ear. The other one's licking the other end. You're sitting there, come on, guys.
There's a gentleman that works there. I'm not sure what his... I don't think he ever told us his real name, but he... when we first met him probably 5 years ago when we did the show there for the first or second time, he said, he's an older guy. He said, just call me Dancer. And he's just this old school dude, and he's telling us the stories about, how he was a roadie with so-and-so, and he was out on the road with this band and this band. Mm-hmm. And this guy's awesome. And he's like, well, unfortunately, this will be the last time I work with you guys because I'm retiring after this. We're like, oh, that's great. And he's like, I'm moving down to Florida, and he's going to just like work on a charter boat just fishing every day. Like, Dancer, that sounds amazing. And then the next year we come back for our show, and who's standing there? Dancer. We're like, Dancer, you said last year that you were retiring. He said, I did. But I wanted to work this event, so I came back.
What?
He said they hired me to come back and work for, like our event plus one or two others. And he's been there every year since. Now, I'm assuming that because we haven't done the show there since 2019, that...
He's dead.
Well, no, that is not what I would have said, because Dancer is a lovely man and a healthy man, and I'm sure that he made it through COVID with no problems.
Been a long time, been almost 3 years. He, may have walked outside, found the 5-galloner, gave it the old punt. No more Dancer. You know his real name?
Dancer.
Because I was hoping this could be a real Jack situation.
And
I could find the obituary while we're recording.
You bite your tongue. Dancer is alive and well.
Yeah, I'll just type in Dancer.
See what shows up. So in just about 4.5 hours' time,
that's right,
I will report back to you
on if Dancer died,
on the existence of one Dancer. I'm going to be so disappointed if Dancer's not there.
If he's dead, it's going to be really sad. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be terribly sad. Because for the last 3 years, he had a guy there with him that was, you could tell he was like the guy in waiting.
Learning at the knee, right?
He was like, well, if this old man would finally just retire, I'd finally get the big gig. And
he comes back for the one night only crap.
He's like, oh, I've been running this place for 364 days of the year, and then Dancer comes back, and he's the big kahuna again.
That's right.
That's like the fourth big time we've said big kahuna in this episode.
And much like Jack, you won't have that feeling of relief of being able to apologize and, wish Dancer well in his death.
Best of luck in death, sir. See you on the other side.
Is a guy like that who demands to be called by his nickname, is that cool or weird?
I think for him, yes. For me or you, not cool.
Yeah, like if you go in there tonight and they, union guy who has to plug in your 2 plugs comes up and says, hey, Steve. No. Call me Papa Benjamins.
How's it going, Kyle? The name's Tomahawk.
I'm going to put that on the poll. Should Steve make the union workers refer to him as Big Bacon or Papa Benjamins?
And then a follow-up poll. Should Kyle make the union workers
refer to him as Tomahawk?
Or the Big Kahuna.
That's right. Okay. Listen,
all right.
We lost Robert. I apologize.
Oh, apologies to Robert.
I will let him know what we recap here because, Steve, it's a big one. This is one that Rusty and I have been talking about, the Town Drunk, as Phase 3 of Marvel, the Cinematic Universe, kicks off, and this is a game changer. Phase 3 is the infinite, the concluding 6 to 8 movies of the Infinity Saga, Thanos, and it all kicks off today, Steve, with your 1-minute Marvel movie review of Captain America: Civil War.
Oh boy. So this one starts out with a sick daughter, followed by a sick wife, and then a sick husband.
Oh no. Hang on.
And then a sick dog.
I watched it on Monday. Not that long ago. Okay, sorry, this is your review.
I did not watch it on Monday.
Oh, for God's sake.
Or Tuesday. Okay. Wednesday. Thursday. Friday. Or just this Saturday morning. Because everyone in my house was sick. And time was at a premium this week.
I mean, this is your thing. I'm just kind of along for the ride.
You know something? I've done 12 in 14 weeks now.
If we're going to talk success percentage,
so that's
you
like
also
what, 6 out of 7.
This is the second time you've missed a week, right?
Yeah. So out of 14 weeks, I've done 12 reviews. So that's a good 80%, 86%, right? Pretty. I think I have a good reason. I don't know why I'm talking to you like you're the teacher and my assignment wasn't turned in on time.
The daughter was sick, and then the dog ate my homework.
Yeah, it was not going to happen this week. I thought there was a chance that I would get this movie in yesterday. Actually, yesterday was obviously the last chance that I was going to have to get the movie in. I was like, perfect, I'll watch it in the afternoon. And that was when I had to take Toby to the vet. My wife took Toby to the vet in the morning. He was then sedated while they could do x-rays on him because he's not exactly the most cooperative.
Right.
So he's got to be sedated. He has an obstruction in his lower intestine. And it is taking its toll on the family. Annette had to get up at 1:30 in the morning to take him outside because he was being restless. Walked him around in the backyard for a half hour, trying to get him to pass whatever was in there. Didn't happen. I then woke up at 3:30 in the morning, took him outside, did the same thing. Did not do what he needed to do. Came back inside. I slept on the couch for maybe another half hour, 45 minutes or so, and then I took him to the park, walked him around the baseball field at the park for a good 45 minutes, hoping. No, nothing. It's been a draining week.
That being sick never helps.
No.
Always difficult to deal with, especially when you have a little one. So, Steve, I do envy, or not envy you. I do feel bad for you.
I appreciate
empathize
you not
with you.
Envying me because that would.
Did you want to do? Did you want to make a promise next week that you'll do 2, or do you just want to? Let's just do 1. Let's just skip the week.
Well, let's see. There will be at least 1 next week.
Yeah, you're getting close here to baby number 2. I don't want to keep putting this extra pressure on you of now having to spend 4 hours total in a week watching 2 movies.
Yeah, it's I mean, we're gonna get down to the nitty gritty. It's gonna be tough. But my goal is to have it 100% done by the time baby arrives.
Well, that's not gonna happen.
That means I have to watch like average 1.5 movies a week.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna do that. I don't think you're gonna make it.
Maybe I'll watch 4 this week.
Oh God.
You know, in the meantime,
then on your free time, you're going to fly to the moon? I mean, honestly, that's enough of this.
In lieu of my movie review, we do have some stuff over there on the end of the counter. You wanna grab the letter opener, and I'll...
Yes, sir.
Hey, folks, viewer mail time again. Oh, here's one from Sally, age 14. Dear Pig.
A big day. Let me make sure this is all for us here.
I think 4 different things, right?
Well, let's start with the big dog. You know what day it is?
Oh, it's Money Day.
Money Day is here.
Hold on.
It is a good day. This appears to be Money Day Part 1. I'm assuming Money Day Part 2 will be next week. This is from friend of the show.
Looks like Trevor?
Financier.
Or is that Billy Stack?
This is from our friend.
What are you doing, man? You're just.
Am I not doing this right?
No.
Am I supposed to lift it up, or do I lift it?
No.
Show me how you do it, Steve. Show me how you use a letter opener in my late 20s.
You put the opener in, and then you're always cutting away.
Oh, okay. I was trying to lift.
No.
You don't want to lift.
No, you don't want to lift. You're going to end up stabbing yourself in the eye.
Okay. Our friend Trevor in Dixon or Burns, and definitely not Nashville.
No.
Nashville adjacent, maybe.
Yeah. What do we got there? Seems to switch it up every month.
We should say it's Money Day. So this month from our friend Trevor, $13.13.
Huh. It really is just arbitrary, isn't it?
Steve, go ahead and put that in the slush fund.
That's nice.
For the big...
Thank you, Trevor. Could have been more, but that's all right.
You and I are taking. Got another envelope here. This is, local, addressed to the Fruit Boot Show, Fruit Boot Shoot Show. I don't know who wrote this. They wrote Fruit ? Foot Boot Shoot Show.
Let me see that. Fruit Foot Boot Shoot Show. Yeah, you got it right. That's from
alliteration there.
It's from Double Dip Depot. Are you familiar with Double Dip Depot?
In my life. Never heard of it. So you're telling me on this letter opener, I'm going to slide it in here.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to angle it
away. Yeah.
Like this way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me try that.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be
See, if I were you, I would have held the other end of the
it's-
envelope because it's
Yeah,
got
it's
something
an
heavy
oblong
in it.
envelope, or the envelope's normal, but it's definitely weighted differently. Oh, that works great. Thank you.
Yeah. Pretty nice, right?
What's that money?
It's not money. What do we got here?
Got a letter from your semi-local ice cream shop.
Hey!
Was there a cooler?
Nope. Okay. Well, let's
Still see an upside-down jersey.
yeah. A couple Lucky Billy bars.
Not on the chair.
Do you think we could convince them to make a Lucky Billy ice cream?
Oh, my God.
Just a touch.
Here's a sticker for that awesome sticker wall. And enjoy some ice cream on me.
Oh.
Hopefully you enjoy it as much as I enjoy the show. If that's the case, then I'll see you all once. All jokes aside, if you need an ice cream guy, you know who to call.
We got an ice cream? So does this person... Who is this from?
We got a creamer.
We got a creamer. So does he own the place?
I don't know. What we have here.
I mean, how much money is on those cards?
I
That's
don't
the
know.
only thing I care about.
That is a lovely sticker,
Let's
though.
see. Oh, that is real.
love that.
I like the finish, like the matte
I do
finish.
too. Yes, and I love that design
That's
of
a
like
great
an
logo.
old timey ice cream
This
shop.
reminds me of something like the logo looks like something you would see at the county fair, like
Yes.
on the side of one of the carts.
Steve, if you could do us a favor and go ahead and add it to the sticker wall for us as we continue to grow
As we speak.
our sticker wall here 2 weeks ago, or I believe it was 2 weeks ago. Oh, by the way, we did need to say a thank you to Leanne who sent us a message taking claim for the what is that wording? 2 bros chilling in the hot tub.
Oh yeah,
That was from our friend Leanne.
we should have known that.
Yeah. Then 2 weeks ago, that weird guy with the big teeth. What was that one again? Did we already forget?
I have no recollection of that sticker.
That is from our friend James out at the Double Dip Depot. If you're local to West Michigan, that's on Remembrance Road. Please go patronize them.
Okay, right over by my old place.
Yes, that's right. The one where you were accosted while you were running, right?
No.
I don't know why that's the only story I remember. Oh, it's
No.
not your apartment. Your first
No,
house.
my house.
I gotcha. Okay.
Yep.
Boy, this
Thank
is a
you, James.
heavy mail day here, Steve.
I know.
Got another one from our friend Sean Whalen, North Carolina.
Okay.
Steve and Kyle podcast. This is in a traditional Hallmark envelope.
Hold on, I'm just checking the balance on these cards, making sure they both have the same, because if one has more, I'm going to take it.
Hey, a few more. Look at this.
We got stickers?
Sean Whalen, you know the way to my heart. Looks like he cut up a Yingling case,
Okay. Beautiful.
put it in a standard card envelope,
Very nice.
knowing I love a Yingling.
So it's like a Yingling greeting card.
Yes, with 2 stickers in there, Steve, for the sticker wall. One big one looks to be from Sean Whalen's hometown. I Heart Benson, North Carolina.
That's a nice looking sticker.
We will add that as well as what
do we got?
This one's for you personally, Steve.
What do we got?
Go ahead and add that.
Monmouth University.
But almost like a can of
Sparkling
seltzer.
water. Look at that.
Beautiful. Love the personalized sticker. Not personalized, but personal to us.
Yeah.
Steve, your alma mater.
Ah,
Go ahead
man.
and
praise, love, and honor to the alma mater.
while we get those on the wall, you care to sing us the fight song?
Monmouth. Go
Go Eagle. Are you Eagles?
Hawks.
You're the Hawks?
Hawks.
The fighting Hawks? The flying Hawks? Just the Hawks?
The Hawks.
Okay. Well, I guess originality went out the door when you left, huh? We do have... Boy, this sticker wall is shaping up beautifully, by the way. If you have any stickers, either from you personally, maybe you think they're show-related, maybe you think they're... we would find them funny, or you think they would just look good on our sticker wall, find the address to mail those right in the description of the show notes of this podcast. Or if you're too lazy to do that, you can go ahead and send us a message on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram at Steve and Kyle to get that address at the P.O. box here that Steve checks once every week or so.
Yeah.
But either way, it won't get lost. We also have our friend working with the end of the Driveway Warrior department there, Josh, who will make sure everything is safe and locked away at the P.O. box. We do have one more. I don't know where all this came from this week.
Wow. Yeah. I think one of them might have arrived the week before. So, yeah, it could have been in there for a week or
This
two.
is a big envelope from our friend Will Egan. Will Egan has sent us items before.
Yeah.
My apologies for not remembering off the top of my head, Will. I know you have. If we were good people, we would have a gift tracker.
A registry.
So we know who sent us stuff and when. Looks like... okay, let me just empty it all out here.
Oh, boy.
Okay. Oh, good God. Oh, Will.
I see 12 cents.
Yeah.
Oh, I wonder if Will... Was Will the one that sent us something and it didn't have enough? No, that was the Brothers Humphrey.
Yeah, that was one half of the Brothers Humphrey. We have a sticker. Respect the locals. A shark awareness sticker. I think it's a pro shark sticker, if you think about it, right? Respect the locals. The locals would, in this situation would be the sharks.
I like this. All right, I like it a lot. What is
and
that?
Below that, I believe it's another sticker. But boy, oh boy, if this picture doesn't bring back memories, not good ones. Steve, I'll let you describe it.
Well, it looks like a surfer, perilously close to a pier. Well done, Will.
I wonder how that could end.
Did Will just take a random
It
picture?
kind of
off the
looks like
internet
it. I love it.
and print it out.
Yeah, I'm surprised the print company didn't say, hey, that's not yours. Those two, we will add those. In addition, throw this in the coffer.
Oh, $1.12?
$1.12. We will put that in the fund for the Cure for the Cure fund for when we do that. The longest gestating charity live stream of all time. And a couple of lovely additions there. This sticker wall is going to be something to behold. If it ever fills up, we can expand it. We can start moving to the left or to the right, around the light switch, or around that beautiful, beautiful canvas print of the Mackinac Bridge. Thank you again to Will Egan. Thank you again to our friend James over at the Double Dip Depot.
I need to
Thank
know.
you to our friend Sean down in Benson, North Carolina. Love getting stickers. And always, thank you to our friend Trevor in Dixon/Burns, not Nashville.
Here's your card, by the way.
Oh my gosh, we are doing
You think?
nice
Do we do
green shit.
do we grab the family, head over to the Double Dip
I
Depot
think
this
so.
summer?
We just need to know James' work schedule so we don't have to talk to him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely.
So James, when aren't you there? Send us those details, and then we'll make plans. Again, if you are local, the Double Dip Depot on Remembrance Road, go patronize that ice cream shop. It's about ice cream season around here, Steve, in West Michigan.
That's true.
Please go patronize the people who seem to enjoy this really dumb thing we do every week.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, maybe we can get them on board as our first paying sponsor.
Hey!
I mean, these cards here, these have cash value.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Transfer them to cash. Cash?
Never mind, card has no value.
Okay. Oh, better luck next time. That's right. Sounds like if you head to the Double Dip Depot right now and tell them Steve and Kyle sent you, you can get 10% or 50 cents, whichever's greater, off of your order.
Do you think
of a one scoop ice cream?
I bet we could convince him to do a Lucky Billy.
I think so. A Lucky Bill.
So
even if he named a concoction.
Peanuts?
No.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Caramel?
Chocolate.
And just a touch. Just a hint of pretzel.
I think, James, that's the next step. I want to talk to James now because I want to see if he can... All these local ice cream shops and small ones have... Maybe not named, but yes, I want whether it's a flurry with those ingredients, and I want it named the Lucky Billy, and then I'll go there every weekend.
Me too.
And I don't even want that.
I'll do a book signing there.
Yes, we don't even have a book. We'll just sign books. Bring books and we'll sign them.
Any book you bring, I'll sign.
Yeah, bring your Montgomery Ward catalog. Bring your kids' highlight magazine. Steve and Kyle signatures at the Double Dip Depot.
All right, you can vote for the final matchup. What is it called? The
Tiresome 2.
The Tiresome 2 at Steve and Kyle, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We'll have the results of that next week. Until then, we will talk to you at a different point in time.
See ya.